All right, everyone. Well, we actually have something pretty fun to get into today. We have some leaked images of Battle Pass Season 2. Now, these are going to be data mined images, so of course, there is always the possibility that before Season 2 is released, some of these things do change, but this still should give us a pretty good idea of at least some of the things to look forward to. Now, this would normally also be the point where I mentioned the source or where these images came from. However, I had a special request to not actually mention where these images came from, so I'm going to go ahead and respect that, and let's head to the first image here, which is actually going to be the same image that you'll see in the thumbnail. And there's actually a lot of things to take away from this right here. Now, of course, the glaring thing is the champion that you'll see to the right of the actual rewards in the Battle Pass, and you'll actually see this champion throughout a few more of these images. Now, my guess is based off of how crazy this champion looks, as well as the fact that he's in several other images that we have, I think this is the legendary champion that we're going to see in Battle Pass Season 2. But there's also some other noteworthy things to take away from this. If we really focus in on the rewards, you could see that the overall structure of the Battle Pass, as of right now, it looks pretty similar to Season 1. So, of course, you've got those starting rewards, and you can kind of really squint and see we've got an energy refill. This is for the free section, the Silver Battle Pass at the top first. We've got that energy refill, the Ancient Shard, and XP boost. Then we've got more energy refills, some clan boss keys, and it looks like a couple of brews after that. But then if we actually go to the gold section, the line below, which are going to be the paid rewards, you can see it's a bit difficult to make out right now, but it looks like there is actually a champion there in that first section of rewards. And it does make sense because in the first Battle Pass season, we actually had something very similar where right when you ended up buying the paid Battle Pass, you got a rare champion. I want to say, I don't think it was Frozen Banshee. I think it was Grave Chill Killer. I could be wrong, though. It might have been Frozen Banshee. It was one of those two where right off the bat, right after purchasing the Battle Pass, you actually got access to that champion. So you can see there, I see what looks like to be a rare champion. I don't know what the thing is great out. It might be an energy refill, but I could be wrong on that. But to the right, of course, the next noteworthy thing is that icon in blue is a Battle Pass experience boost. So it looks like, and you'll see this in an upcoming image, it looks like the Battle Pass experience boosts are indeed going to be coming back in Season 2. Then we've got some gems there. It looks like 100 of them, some silver, and some more energy refills. Now, everything I just mentioned, I will also say, these are data mined images, not anything is confirmed, and there is also a possibility that some of these rewards, or even all of them, are going to be placeholders, and it's not the actual rewards that we will see in Season 2. So when Season 2 comes out, if you guys see, that it's not exactly identical to this image, just keep that in mind that these are very early preliminary data mined screenshots. Now let's move on to the next image that we have right here. And you can see that this is actually a bit of a closer look at some of those things that we just saw, including that Battle Pass experience boost. You can see the 50% actually attached on this as well, and that's pretty significant. I'll tell you guys why here in a second, but there's something else important, and that is those champion icons. You can see there are actually 6 different champion icons in this image right here. And of course, one of them, the one on the very right, looks very similar to the champion in this first image right here. So just for a second, take a look at his actual face, right? And then if we go back to this first image right here, his face is, it looks a bit difficult. It looks like it's actually a lot bigger than it actually is, but it's just that little tiny thing at the very top. That's actually his face. So if you kind of take a look at that, I can't really point to it on the screen because the image is overlaid on top of the actual game, but it's just this little tiny thing right there. That's his actual face. And then going back to image 2, you can see there that that looks like it's the champion in that first image, but we've got 5 other ones. And if you are wondering, I do have larger images of those portraits to show you guys in a second. Now, going back to that actual experience boost. So, of course, we had the Battle Pass experience boost in that first image right at level 1 as soon as you actually bought the Battle Pass, but now 50%. That's significant because this is actually the same number of the total experience boost that you could end up getting from Battle Pass Season 1. There were actually 4 of them. There was a 10% one that you got right after unlocking the Battle Pass. Then there was another 10% one 20 or so levels later. Another 10% one 20, 30 or so levels later. And then there was a 20% experience boost. So it was 4 of them, 4 10% or 3 10%, and then 1 20% one, which was somewhere at like level 70, 80, 90, something along those lines. So the numbers do add up to 50% in Season 1, and it's looking like, as of right now, 50% for Season 2. You've also got some silver and gems there as well, but now we have some more images of those actual 6 champions. All right, so here we go, and you can actually see that we now have a bit of a larger look at all of those champions, including the champion that you saw on that menu screen, the green guy on the very left. And you can actually count out all 6 champions. Might be a little bit difficult because the 3rd champion that you see in the kind of to the left and not to the right is in the shadows. But you've got 3 champions on the left, and then you've got 3 champions on the right there. And then another version of this screenshot, this is just kind of like the night version. Still 6 champions though. So you've got the green guy who was in the Battle Pass menu on the left there again with 2 other champions. And then you've got those 3 champions on the right. All right, now the actual larger scale images of those 6 champions. These are the actual portraits. So you can get a little bit better look at maybe what they'll look like in the actual index. Let's take a look and see here. Now, something else that I want to mention about these actual images is the order that I'm going to show you them is not random. It's actually significant because the order that I am about to show these images is actually the order that they appeared in the data files when they were data mined. So these were kind of like where they were placed and when they were kind of finalized into the actual game here. So, all right, so there is the first champion right there. And I'll go ahead and leave this up for, 15 to 20 seconds or so before moving on to the next image. This was the first champion portrait that was finalized in those data mines logs. All right, then you've got the second champion here. Moving on to number 3. All right, number 4. Now, I'm actually interested. The information that we do not have right now is we don't know who are the rares, the epics, and the legendary. I have a pretty good guess that the legendary is going to be that green guy. However, we don't know the epics, but going off the order, I guess I'll talk about this in a second here when I finish off. We've got 2 more. I think that these last couple are going to be the epics because the very last image that was uploaded to the actual data mined files was the green guy, who, of course, based off of the info that we have right now, looks like he could be the legendary. So because he was the last one, I'm guessing the rares are probably the first ones. And then the last couple images that I showed you were the epics. But this is all speculation. At this point, this is just my speculation, right? None of this is, official by any means. So there you could see his face in a bit more detail. And if you take a look at that, that's his actual face, right? And then if we go back to this very first image right here, you could see that even though it looks like his face is really big, it's actually really small right at the very top there. So it does make sense, and it does kind of line up. All right, so this was the last guy that was actually uploaded to the data mine. He was kind of the last one finalized in the logs here. So my guess is this is probably going to be one of the epics. But again, this is just speculation from me here. And then maybe her. And then I would guess here that the other 3, or at least 2 out of these 3 are probably this guy right here, him, and then them. Those are probably going to be some of the rares. All right, so these are the images and the information that we have so far. Once again, I know I mentioned this before, but this is data mine. This could, absolutely not be final by any means. Things are absolutely subject to change. My speculation could also be completely incorrect. So I thought it was something fun to go through, but definitely don't take this as 100% official. Take this with a grain of salt, no pun intended. So now I know what you guys are wondering, because I have been wondering the same thing for a while, and that is, what are the plans? You know, we've got these data mined images for Battle Pass Season 2, but when is Battle Pass Season 2 actually coming out? Well, it was originally planned to be released with patch 1.15, which just came out yesterday, but unfortunately it did end up getting delayed. And I was wondering, I actually asked the Diamonds earlier today if he had any kind of update on a future timeline for Battle Pass Season 2, and let's see here. So the message I sent him: good morning, good evening. Is there any chance you have an update on the Battle Pass? I know it got delayed. I have a lot of people asking if there is an update. Morning Salt, unfortunately, no news or updates about the second season of the Battle Pass. It got delayed with no forecasts at the moment. So I'm really hoping, I mean, no forecast is definitely pretty grim terminology to use there. But I'm hoping that it's coming out with 1.16, and from the discussions that I have had with the Diamond tier, they are still planning on following that roughly 1 month timeline per patch. So 1.16, we're probably looking at right now about 4 to 5 weeks away or so. So that's my best guess as of right now, but there's nothing confirmed about that. Now, in other info, that's everything Battle Pass related that I have to share with you guys. I know that there are a lot of red dots on the screen, probably more than normal. With 1.15 being out, I've been doing a lot of testing, working on a lot of videos. There will definitely be lots of fun stuff coming up on the channel very, very soon. So that's why there are so many red dots. But I wanted to just end off here with a little reminder here. There have been a lot of login issues in Raid Shadow Legends over the last few days, especially with update day being yesterday. And Plarium did actually send out some compensation gifts here. I actually saw this as one of my things as a pop-up when I logged into the game here. So hopefully you guys ended up getting this. If you didn't see this actual pop-up though, make sure to check your mailbox, because these are actually, you know, this is a decent amount of stuff here. We got 2 energy refills, or not energy refills, 2 Arita bags, 3 ancient shards, 500 energy, and 2 clan boss keys, and it all went to your mailbox, including those clan boss keys. Just make sure that you guys pick it up, because it does have a 2 to 3 day timer, so very easy to just accidentally forget about it. Anyway, that's everything that I have to share with you guys for the video today. I hope that you guys enjoyed and you had fun going through some of these images with me. If you did, if you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you very much to all of you guys who do that. More Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, all that fun stuff should be popping up on the screen right about now. Feel free to check them out. Over 240 raid videos on the channel. But if not, until next time, have a great day, everyone. And this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.